Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Albers, joined here with Tom Benassi. Welcome to our only one game tonight. Cincinnati State will be taking on Lourdes, which is a JV team. And Lourdes comes in with a record of 8-2, and they've won their last 7 games. Defeated the Cincinnati Hoopsters 68-60 on Sunday evening at Cincinnati State. And they're a 4-year school whose varsity is 7-4. And Tom, Cincinnati State comes in really with a 9-2 record. On a 6-game winning streak, and they're ranked number 17th in the national poll, and really have played some very, very good ball here lately.
Yeah, no question about it. They've got about 6 guards that are interchangeable, and it makes it really tough for a lot of teams to keep up. They don't have the depth that Cincinnati State has. They also have some big men that are starting to be more aggressive under the basket and have to pick up some of the scoring with the losses of Cody Martin, ACL injury, and Dwayne Bazemore left the team. So they're overcoming that, but they don't seem to have missed a beat. Their only 2 losses are to 2 top 10 teams in Danville and Moraine Valley. So right now he's clicking on all cylinders, getting ready for league play.
Absolutely. Our officials for tonight are Mike O'Neill from Lexington, Kentucky, James Pouncey from Covington, and Edwin Young. And that's a pretty long trip from Lexington, Kentucky for Mike O'Neill, but those will be our officials for tonight. And Cincinnati, Tom, is really just a number 4 nationally, scoring at 94.9 average. That is very, very impressive.
Yeah, and we talked earlier before we went on about the assist ratio. Turnover assist ratio is excellent for Cincinnati State. 62% of their baskets come off an assist. So you can see it as they're going. They're very comfortable playing with each other. And right now the man is Winston Grays.
Absolutely.
He has kind of taken over the scoring. I know the last time we saw him, he had 10 points at halftime and came out second half, 8 of 10 shooting, ended up with 30. So
here we go, and Cincinnati ends up winning. Actually, Lourdes wins the tip, and they're going to be controlling the basketball, and it's going to be Williams with the basketball for Lourdes. Cincinnati is going to be in a man-to-man. They're in the all-white. Lourdes is in the black, trimmed in white. And they did win here yesterday 68-60 against the Cincinnati Hoopsters. That's Williams now has it on the wing. Gets it over now to number 34, and that's Dukig. Dukig has it. It's going to drive inside, kicks it out in the corner. 3-pointer on the way. Good. 3-pointer on the way by Dupree. He pops it in, and Cincinnati is trailing here 3-0 in the early stages of this first half. So Lourdes is going to be in a man-to-man, too. They're not very tall, Tom. It looks like they're more guard-oriented. See if that makes a difference in tonight's game. Cincinnati trying to look inside, and that was Ivory that had the ball. Is going to give it now to Thomas Jackson. Jackson has the ball, comes off a screen, gets a nice pass into Robinson, puts it up and in. Good job by Thomas Jackson. Gets it into Nick Robinson, and Cincinnati cuts it now down to a 3-2 lead. Or excuse me, trailing 3-2. Cincinnati again putting on that pressure. And Lourdes is going to break it and going all the way down. Nice move, putting it up and in is going to be Kane for Lourdes. So they broke the press and just barely got out of the hands of Cincinnati State. They put it up and in, and they're up now 5-2. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rondell McMillan here at Cincinnati State. And Thomas Jackson comes off the screen. He goes off to his right. Thought he was going to pop it at the elbow. Going to give it up now to Ivory. Swings it down in the corner to Winston Grays. Grays going to fire up a shot. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Desimore. So Lourdes coming down, and they are up here 5-2. Williams bringing the ball up the court. Cincinnati again in that man-to-man. Get it up at the top here to Dupree. Dupree swings it around. Cincinnati again trying to trap. And he walked. They didn't call it. Dupree has it now in the corner. Going to dribble out. They got 12 on the shot clock. And they're going to have to hurry up. They got 8 on the shot clock. Williams has it, kicks it over to Dupree. He's going to fire up a deep 3-point shot. No good. And tipped up and around, and it's going to be rebounded by Winston Grays. And he walked, but they didn't call anything. So, and Coach Tate not happy. He's already bringing somebody in. I don't know who it is already. Jackson's driving to the basket, and maybe they called a moving screen. Yep, it's going to be on number 32, and that'll be on Brandon Murphy.
And he was the man coming out to begin with, so Coach was not happy inside.
And it looks like Martinson's going to be the one that's going to check it in for him. Zoom in just a little bit. Here, what do I got? And there goes Cincinnati. Almost tries to get the steal, and that was Ivory knocking it out of bounds.
Well, the one major change we've seen in Cincinnati State is Thomas Jackson last year kind of was the man that felt he needed to score 25 or 30 points some nights. And now you can definitely see he's trying to assist on all baskets. He doesn't shoot unless he has to.
Absolutely. He's playing an all-around good game. And there's should have been a walk, and it is. They're going to call a walking call. So, again, you got Winston Graves really, Tom. It took over the team lead, I believe, in scoring. He's leading the team with a 14.4 average and scored 30 points in our last game against Cedarville. We'll see if he starts to light it up again.
Yeah, and he can keep these guys rested because he's got, like we said, like 6 guards that can come in and shoot that three-point shot.
Jackson just drives down the lane and puts it up and in on a finger roll, and it's going to make it now a 5-4 ball game. Again, Cincinnati trying to put on that trap, and there's going to be Dupree driving all the way into the basket, up under, nice shot, hop high off the glass, puts it up and in. That's going to make it a 7-4 ball game. Cincinnati trailing Lourdes. And Thomas Jackson at the top of the key is going to go off to his left. He looks like he was going to pass the ball. He's going to bring it back over to his right now, looking for Grays. Gives it to Grays now. Three-point attempt on the way. No good off the back of the rim. It's going to be rebounded and controlled by Kane. But it looks like it went out of bounds off of Lourdes. It's going to go out of bounds and be here with Cincinnati. Checking into the ball game will be number 21, Kevin Marshall for Cincinnati. And also checking in will be Josh Perry, for Lourdes.
Yeah, we saw it happen a couple games now this year as Cincinnati State misses a few threes early on, but if you continue to give them that wide open three, you're done because eventually a couple of those guys are going to get hot and they start burying them.
So again, looks like now what are they in, a 3-2 zone, Tom?
Looks like it.
Yeah, a little 3-2 zone. Get it to Thomas Jackson. Jackson fakes a shot, drives in, throws up a shot, block, and basket's good. What a job by Thomas Jackson. He called that on 40.
Nice move. I believe it's on Kane.
So Thomas Kane picks up a foul. Thomas Jackson puts a basket in. Cuts it down to a 7-6 lead for Lourdes. Jackson's free throw on the way. Good. Swishes it through. That ties the ball game up here at 7. 16:04 Cincinnati putting on that press. And Lourdes not doing too bad of a job breaking his press so far, Tommy.
Yeah, they don't get too uptight with the ball, as we say it. Turnover.
And that's Winston Gray's going to take it all the way in and up in for a layup. Yep, it always seems to jinx us, doesn't it? Again, they do break the press now, and that's Dassamore. That's He's going to drive all the way and he thought Perry was going down.
I'm not sure why he thought that because Perry was out by the three-point line.
And it looks like Lourdes is going to call a timeout here, trailing 9-7 with 15:39 to go in this first half.
Well, Dan, I was looking on the website earlier, and I thought there might have been a typo. I was checking out what the women did over the weekend, and they won 108-12.
Yeah, it was not a typo.
And I am very happy that we were not doing that game.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, speaking of the ladies, Surge, their team is 9-1, and their only lone loss, if you think about it, Tom, was just to Vincennes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
on the road at a Division I. Yeah, no question. I don't know about you, but they have far exceeded what I was expecting coming into this year with no returning players except what's her name?
Paratori.
But she hasn't played. No, she's been on the bench.
Yeah.
She hasn't even played yet. So great job by Coach Beeler.
Absolutely. So Cincinnati has the ball back. There is going to be Grace for a three-point shot off the front. He just doesn't have it tonight so far here early, Tom.
Now he's struggling, but eventually we've seen it. It'll kick in.
Absolutely. And Grace does a nice job. You know what? That's what you got to like about it.
Yeah.
He's not sulking and pouting about missing his shot. He's playing hard on defense. Looks like he's going to come out of the ball game, and coming in will be number 2, Lionel Hill. Bringing up the ball now will be Brown. Brown goes over to his left, gives it over to Dupree. Gets out of trouble, dribbles over to his right. Perry now has it on the wing. He's getting double teamed. Tell you what, they just swarmed, Tommy.
Yeah. Oh, wide open. No.
Two guys wide open underneath. Dupree's going to put it up and in. They actually had 2 guys underneath the basket. Someone missed an assignment there to make it 9-9.
And nice look by Tagana Kane from out beyond the three-point line.
So Thomas Jackson now they're going to switch up their defense again, Tom. It looks like they're playing man-to-man. Thomas Jackson as it goes off to his right, comes back off to his left off a double screen. Looking over here to Ivory. Ivory's going to drive in, pops it at the free throw line, puts it in and out, no good. Robertson with the rebound. He puts it up. He gets fouled, no call. Tipped up and around, and it's going to be rebounded, controlled by number 15, and that's Desimore. So they had their opportunities, just couldn't put it in. Perry now has it, and he gets it knocked out of his hands.
Might have gotten fouled.
Yep. And it looks like Robertson, as he was going for the ball, dives for it, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lourdes. Checking back into the ball game will be number 15, or for the first time, is Devontae Smith. Also have another substitution, number 55, Guthrie, for Lourdes. And we got another substitution coming in. It's going to be O'Brien Hobbs checking in for Ivory.
Yeah, and Devontae Smith comes in, and he's right behind Winston Grays. He's averaging 13.4, so he's second on the team in scoring. So look for a little pop out of him off the bench.
Again, Cincinnati stays in that man-to-man. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lourdes.
Well, they're getting their hands on a lot of passes right now. Not coming up with that many steals, but their hands are in the passing lanes every time.
9-9 our score, 14:06. Dan Albers, Tom Manassi, and Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. And dribbling out of pressure, and he dribbles it right off his foot was Brown. So it'll be Cincinnati's basketball. Again, Tom, I have to look at that schedule again real quick to see where they are. And I believe they have a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, they go to Illinois, I know, next. I think it's after Christmas, though.
And there's Thomas Jackson now, swings it over to Hill. Hill back over to Jackson. Jackson on the right wing is going to drive baseline, pulls it back out, shaking and baking, but then he's going to give it up now to Ivory. They swing it around to Hobbs. Hobbs has it on the left wing, gets a screen from Marshall. Swings it over now to Ivory. He's going to fire up a three-point shot, in and out, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by number 15, and that's Desimore. Coming down the other way is Dupree, gives it to Perry, and he puts it up and in.
Nice shot right there.
Good job by Perry. He gets fouled by number 2, Lionel Hill. Excuse me, that was Hill that shot the three-pointer earlier. I said, I don't think I said Ivory, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, Josh Perry took a lot of contact on that and was able to get it in. That was a heck of a shot right there.
So Perry will be on the line. And free throws put up and good. It's going to make it a 12-9 ball game. Tom, we kind of saw shades of this a little bit the other night when we did a game, and then the second half was a totally different ball game.
Yeah, like I said, eventually the depth of Cincinnati State is what wins out most of the time.
And driving all the way in. And,
no foul.
No foul at all, but that was Devontae Smith driving in and thought he might have got fouled. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with Cincinnati. Hobbs taking the ball out of bounds. It's like he's trying to come back off to the other side off the screen. Thomas Jackson's going to stop and fire up a three-point shot. Good. You know, that's what's good about him this year, Tom, is if he wants to pass it, he can. He wants to shoot it, he can, you know?
Yeah, and you have to lay off of him because he'll go right by you in a heartbeat.
And good job by Thomas Jackson putting on that pressure. Gets double teamed, and they fire it up, and they get it inside of the big fellow, and he's going to get fouled.
He walked before the shot. So the big man, Noah Guthrie, does the pump fake to get, I believe it was Marshall in the air, and then he went up thinking he was going to have the shot and ends up traveling.
12-12 our score, 12:37 to go here in this first half. And Hobbs has it at the top of the key. He's going to stop, pop, fire up a three-point shot. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by Grays. Grays dribbles it on the ground, almost lost it. Gets it now down to the corner. Smith, he's going to drive baseline. He falls down on the ground, and he's going to walk. I like that Devontae Smith's driving to the basket.
Yeah, I agree. You know, a guy like him, he doesn't need to settle for that long-range shot. You got plenty of guys that can do that.
And they get it into Dupree. Dupree's going to bring the ball. Since he's kind of backing off just a little bit, I bet you they're going to trap him at half court, and that's what it looks like they're doing. And they get it to Perry now. Perry dribbles out to his left, gets it to Guthrie. Guthrie has it at the free throw line. They swing it over to the right to Brown. Dupree tried to get it inside of Guthrie. It's going to be knocked out. Ball's
Nice
on the ground, but good hustle by Hobbs. He's quickly coming down the other way. Gives it up to Smith. Smith's going to drive all the way in. Throws it up and in. Good job by Hobbs getting it to Smith. He puts it up and in. And Cincinnati up by 2 at 14-12.
And once again, Dan, you see the unselfish play.
And there's another turnover. Smith's going to give it up now to Hobbs. Hobbs going to drive. Drives to the basket, shot, and it's going to be a charge. Wow. Charge on Hobbs. That'll be his first.
Yeah, so Cincinnati State men's and women's team will both head west the weekend before New Year's, and they will go to Illinois Central College in East Peoria, Illinois, and both teams will play over the 3 days.
So again, to Cincinnati putting on that pressure, and Lourdes doing a pretty decent job of getting out of it. But right there, as I said it, they get a turnover, and Winston Gray's coming down the other way. Graves gets it over in the corner to right. It's going to be a three-point attempt on the way. Good.
There it is. All right.
Three-pointer by Lionel Hill. He puts it up and in, and Cincinnati's extended now to 17-12. Get across court now to Dukig. Dukig has it to Williams. Williams getting double teams. Tries to dribble between two defenders. He does. Perry's going to fire up a three-point attempt. In and out, no good. Tipped up and around. It's going to be rebounded by Marshall. Nice rebound. Hobbs quickly coming down the other way. Going to give it up now to Hill. And he dribbles it off himself, goes out of bounds. They said it went off of Lourdes. Wow.
Wow. Now, he's not arguing too much, so he must have tapped it out. So right now, Cincinnati State leading the way. Thomas Jackson with 8 points. And for Lourdes, Jake Dupree has 7 of the 12.
So they're trying to discuss what's going on, Tom. You know, the other thing that you look at is Cincinnati State's lone losses are to Danville 93-89, currently number 7, Moraine Valley 80-79, and currently number 9. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and they were actually ranked higher than that 2 weeks ago. So both teams have dropped, I think, 1 or 2 spots. So
Cincinnati didn't do a very good job, and coming down the other way now there's going to be Williams, who faked the three-pointer, but he dribbles it back out. Get it Desimore now. Desimore's getting double teamed. He dribbles out of it. Tries to throw it. Knocked away by Cincinnati, and that is number 14, and that is Dupree. Get it down in the corner. He fires up a shot. It is no good by Dukig.
Rebounded.
And shot was up. No good. Tipped up and around, and it's going to go out of bounds. Off of Cincinnati, out of bounds. It's like coming back in will be Nick Robertson for Cincinnati.
It's a big offensive rebound there by Jeremy Williams to keep the ball alive for Lourdes, and they'll have another shot at it.
Get it down in the corner to Kane. Gives it back up high to Dukig. To Kane. Back to Dupree. Dupree has it. Trying to set up the offense. Cincinnati in that man-to-man. Williams now has it. Looks down inside to Desimore. Back to Williams. They swing it around. Fakes a three-pointer. Steps into circles. Kicks it back out high to Williams. 14 on the shot clock.
Boy, Cincinnati State just recovered so well.
Absolutely. Dupree has it. Spins, 7 on the shot clock. Try to throw it off sides, and they only have 4 seconds to go on this shot clock, Tom.
Yeah, you see if they pay attention to that, because there was no change in possession, so they have to be aware that they only have 4 seconds.
And Brandon Murphy checks back into the game. He had 12 points versus Kellogg here recently and ended up starting the last 3 games. And they swing it around now.
Oh, he got fouled. Shooting a 3.
Not what you want.
He stepped inside the line, it looks like. So foul on Winston Grays and a 3-point shot. Good head fake by Jake Dupree right there to get Winston Grays in the air.
So Dupree will be on the line. Free throw on the way. Good. Puts it in. So Grays will come out of the ball game. Looks like Thomas Shack's going to check back in. Free throw on the way. Good. Puts both of them in. Thomas Jackson does come in, and coming out will be Devontae Smith.
So you got Hobbs running the point for Cincinnati State.
2-3 zone for Lourdes. Swing it over. Jackson at the top of the key now, looking inside, nothing there. Swing it over to Ivory. Get it in and out. Ivory's going to take it all the way and kicks it back out now to Hobbs. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Ivory. Ivory's going to bring it back out. Fresh new shot clock. Swing it over to Jackson. He's going to drive all the way and up under. He got fouled as he's going to the basket. They're going to call a blocking call. And I believe that's going to be on number 40, Kane. That's his second, I believe.
Good move by Thomas Jackson. He's looking for a guy to dish it to, and nobody was open. And he seems to be able to hang in the air long enough to adjust and take a shot.
So Jackson on the line, puts in one.
Money. Tonight's looking like one of those nights he may never hit the rim on a free throw, Dan.
So Jackson, looks like we got another sub. We got Shady coming in for the first time. Oh, Brian Hobbs will check out. You know, that's one good thing that you said, Tom, that he's got. He's got a good rotation where you get guys in and out.
Well, I think it makes them play harder on defense, too, because they know that if they get tired, they come out, and they're not going to be out that long. They'll come right back in.
Again, since they put on that full pressure, they double-team him down in the corner and throw a bad pass, but luckily it goes right to Guthrie. And coming down now, Dupree swings it over to Brown. Brown has it, gets double-teamed. He has nowhere to go with it. He walked with the basketball. So it'll be a turnover by Cincinnati. I mean, it's just really relentless, Tom. I mean,
you just don't have a chance to set up your offense most of the time. It's so helter-skelter, you're just hoping to get a good shot at some point.
19-14, 8:55 to go here in this first half. Dan Albers, Tom Manassi, and Rondell McMillan here at Surge Arena. Swinging around out of Thomas Jackson in the corner, fires up a three-point shot off the side of the rim, no good.
Good hustle.
And run down by Shady. Shady swings it over now to Ivory, back to Shady. Shady, nice job, ball movement to Jackson down on the right corner. A back up high to Ivory, or excuse me, to Shady. Jackson's going to drive baseline and throws it across court over to Ivory now. They've got 15 on the shot clock. 8:22 to go here in this first half. Jackson has it on the wing. Looking inside. Give it up high. Stop. Kicks it over now to Jackson. Three-pointer, steps in, drives, and there's going to be 3-second call on who do you got it on?
I think it was on Murphy.
So Murphy's going to come out, I believe. Nope, Murphy's going to stay in. Looks like it's Jackson and Smith coming out.
Yeah, and that time there was nobody anywhere near Thomas Jackson on the line. He still beat him to the baseline.
It's going to be 5-second call.
Wow.
Good job by Cincinnati.
Well, defense will win you a lot of games, Dan, and right now there aren't too many teams you're going to see play against Cincinnati State that play the kind of defense they do.
And they try to get the ball into Murphy, and he gets it knocked out of his hands, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's going to give it up. Oh, no. You can't do that. Keep playing. You got to keep playing. Oh, nope. Kind of blew the horn a little prematurely there. Murphy's going to come out. Marshall's going to check in. Shot clock, Tom.
Yeah, they let 1 second run off. They got to put that back up.
They didn't.
No. And he didn't notice anyway.
But yet we're going to worry about .332 set, whatever it was that one time we were here. 2-3 zone again for, actually it's a 2-1-2 almost, or a 2-3. Swing it over now to Hill. Swing it around now to Shady. Shady has it at the top of the key. Got 15 on the shot clock. He's going to fire up a shot. It is no good. Gray's fighting for the rebound. And as he was saving it, falls out of bounds, and it's going to go right to Desimore. Swing it back now to Williams. They give it over to Ducking. Ducking has it. Gets double team. It's going to be a tie-up, and possession is going to go, I believe, to Cincinnati. 19-14, 7:34 to go here in this first half. Dan Albers and Tom Benassi here with Rondell McMillan. And Winston Grays now has it at the top of the key. Swings it over to Hill back up high to Shady. Shady, and ball's going to be kicked. You can tell Tate's getting frustrated. Coach Tate's getting frustrated. You hear him moving. I don't think guys are moving the way that he wants them to.
Yeah, you're not seeing the ball go in to that lane area as often as you did the other night when they played. They're not getting the ball to the block either. It's more perimeter oriented right now.
Jackson swings it over now to Hill. Hill has it on the way. Yep. Get it to Graves. He's going to fire up a shot. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by Jackson. Going to take it all the way up and in. Nice. Good job by Thomas Jackson. Gets the ball and puts it up and in, and he's having himself a pretty nice game here so far early. Coming down the other way now. They're going to get into the big guy, nice Guthrie. Dish. Just kind of laid it right up and in. A good pass from Dupree. And Cincinnati up here 21-16. Graves fakes a three-pointer. He's going to drive all the way in. Up, under. Shot is no good, but there's nice. Marshall to put it up and in.
All right.
So good job by Graves as he drives to the basket. Just couldn't put it in. Marshall there to put in the putback. Going to trap him in the corner again, and Dupree's going to get out of it. Give it to Guthrie, the big guy. Pulls in, throws up a shot, no good, and it's going to be rebounded, and he's going to get fouled as number 15, Desimore.
One more step out onto the court right there, and that would have been a charge for Nick Robertson, and I think they kind of let it go. It was close to that circle under the basket.
So Desimore will be on the line. Free throws off the front of the rim, no good.
First miss at the line today for Lourdes.
On a free throw again for a second shot. Free throw on the way, in and out, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Robertson. It's going to give it now to Thomas Jackson. Jackson coming off the right. Gets it inside to Marshall. Marshall's going to spin, turn, throws up a shot, and he's going to get fouled. And he's going to be fouled by number 55, and that is Guthrie. That'll be his first. So good. Marshall will be on the line to shoot two.
Good to see Marshall aggressive right there, trying to put points on the board.
And free throws put up and in.
That's 3 for Kevin Marshall.
Marshall's second free throw on the way.
Nice.
Good. So he puts in both of them. Extends it now to 25-16 with 6:10 to go here in this first half. Kansas State put on that pressure. And a ball is going to go off of Cincinnati. It'll stay here with Lourdes. Checking back into the ballgame will be number 40, Kane. He's got 2 fouls. Kind of surprised to see him back into the ballgame.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go. He better be careful.
And there is a steal by Thomas Jackson. He's going to take it all the way up, lay it up and in. Good job by Thomas Jackson. And it looks like Lourdes is going to go ahead and call a timeout. They're going to call a full timeout. And Cincinnati has extended that lead to 27-16.
Thomas Jackson making it happen right now. He's 5 of 7 from the field. He's got 12 points so far. So much for Thomas Jackson not scoring a whole lot.
You're not kidding. But really, Cincinnati playing a lot better here. They seem like they've got their legs underneath them, playing with a lot of energy. And Thomas Jackson had 19 points in the last outing versus Cedarville and had a season-high 15 assists versus Wayne County and 10 assists in the other 2 games. And he's obviously the team leader with 6.3 assists per game. And the most impressive thing, though, Tom, is you and I are big on free throw shooting. He's shooting almost 95% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he is smooth at the line. But he seems to just see everything that happens on the floor, unlike a lot of the other guys. They can see parts of it, but Thomas Jackson seems to know where everybody is on the floor at all times.
Cincinnati up here 27-16. And we'll be back. We are not back here. We will not be broadcasting until January the 8th when the men and the lady Surge will be having their game, and we'll broadcast that here live on USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television.
Dan, something neat I talked to you last night about is watching the Illinois game. They were playing Eastern Kentucky, and somebody from the Ohio Conference here was playing for Eastern Kentucky that they played against for a couple years, and leading scorer for Eastern Kentucky. So playing very well at Division I level.
Out of Columbus, yeah.
Who was it?
Out of Columbus State.
Yeah. Can't even think of his name.
Looks like there was no foul call, and then there's going to give one on Nick Robertson as he trips him. Going to the basket was Jake Dupree.
Glenn Cosey.
There you go.
Out of Columbus State.
And we remember one of those games, man, where he just let it up here.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, he was averaging 17 a game, and you could see Illinois keying in the first half to keep him from shooting. So, I mean, that's awesome to see that.
Absolutely. Oh, nice inbounds pass, but it might have got blocked there by Marshall. And Smith with the rebound is going to outlet it to Grays. Grays swings it back out now to Thomas Jackson. 27-16, 5:24. Jackson kicks it down in the corner to Hobbs. Hobbs in between the circle, back out to Jackson. 21 on the shot clock. Winston Grays, he says, why not? I'll fire up a three. Makes it. There you go.
If you're not going to go out on him, he's going to take it every time.
Absolutely. He puts it in. Now it's making it 30-16. And they try to throw a pass, almost broken up. And put it up and in was the big guy, number 40, Kane. Thomas Jackson coming down to the right now. Swings it over now to Grays and get it down in the corner to Hobbs. Three-pointer off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dupree. Dupree coming down to the left. You know, they're doing a lot of reaching too, Tom. They're lucky they don't get some of these fouls, silly fouls.
Yeah, they're letting them play. They're letting get a little contact on the ball handler.
And Dupree has it on the wings, going to drive in between the circles, kicks it outside, three-pointer on away, no good by Dukic. And coming down the other way is Cincinnati and Thomas Jackson. Jackson gets it down in the corner to Grays. Grays back over to Jackson. Jackson's going to bring it back out now. Set up the play. Coach Tate calling up a play. We're under 5 minutes to go, 4:16 to go here in this first half. Jackson kicks it out to Grays. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. And gets fouled! And he makes it. How about that? You got to love that.
Winston Grays from deep. He misses his first three long-range shots, and a scorer doesn't quit shooting, Dan, and he hit the last two and gets fouled on this one.
33-18, 4:09, and Winston Grays hit his last two three-pointers. Looks like we have blood on a jersey for somebody here. It's like Nick Robinson's going to have to come in, and Marshall's going to have to come out to get that blood off his jersey or switch jerseys, one of the two. Tom, I'll tell you what, it's just really nice to be here at the setup that we have up here compared to being that close to the to the court. You see a lot more develop up here when you're up high. And Grays makes the free throw, makes a three-point play, 34-18, and suddenly Cincinnati pulling away big time here against Lourdes.
Whoops.
Bad pass, and Hill's going to take it. Oh! Gets it swatted out there by number 34, Dukic. Wow. Dupree's going to give it in down low and shot fouled by Dussimore as he was going up for the basket.
So Dukic turns the ball over, doesn't hold his head low too long, goes up with a nice block on Lionel Hill driving to the basket.
So the foul will be on Devontae Smith. What do we got here? Just was telling us he was shooting too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Free throw on the way, off the front of the rim.
Almost airballed it.
It's like Josh Perry checking back in for Lourdes.
Dussimore now 0 for 3 from the line.
Ready for his next free throw. Good. Puts it up and in. 34-19, 3:54 to go here in this first half. Jackson going to bring it up to the op, spins back to his right. Trying to get a screen, it looks like. He does get a screen. Gets it in between the circles, brings it back to Robinson at the right elbow. Robinson kicks it now out to Jackson. Jackson going to bring it back out, 16 on the shot clock. Gets a screen and kick it out now in the corner for Hill. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good, and it's rebounded by Robertson. Robertson kind of powers back way in. He gets fouled as he's going into the basket. So good job by Nick Robertson getting that rebound and powering himself back in there. Foul's going to be, I believe, on Dussimore. That'll be his first.
And I got Thomas Hill leaving. Or Thomas Jackson, maybe. No? He was looking at his elbow. I think he's got blood on his shirt.
So we're getting too many guys with blood on their shirt. Hobbs going to check back in for Cincinnati. Who's got the blood?
I don't know.
It's like somebody from Lourdes, maybe.
I don't know if they've found it yet.
It's Lourdes. They just pointed to number 14, yep. Dupree. Looks like he's going to have to come out of the ballgame. So he's the one that's getting blood all over everybody. A little bit more noticeable on those white jerseys.
Yeah, you can't hide it as much.
Yeah, and Hobbs was just saying, I just came in the ball game.
Not that the blood on the jersey's really going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I mean, you watch MMA fighting, and there's blood in the ring. Robertson's going to make a free throw.
Nick Robertson, he's the dirty deeds kind of guy for Cincinnati State, taking charges, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He's the man that'll get it done.
So free throws put up and in. It's making it 36-19. Cincinnati again putting on that pressure. Williams is going to break it. And Brown has it now at the top of the key since ain't a man-to-man. Winston Gray's on him. He's going to go off to his left. Kicks it over to Desimore. Desimore has Cincinnati again in that man-to-man. 13 on the shot clock. And doing a good job trying to swing it around. That's going to be Perry. He's going to drive all the way in.
Charge.
A shot.
There's
it is a charge. Yep.
I was
and
just
Robinson's going to get it.
Nick Robertson, the last time out, we told him out in the lobby that's the first time in a while we hadn't seen him take a charge, and here he goes right there, number 1.
So we got substitution coming back into the ball game. It'll be number 10, and it'll be Ivory checking back in. (36-19), 2:48 to go here in this first half. Ivory. It's Ivory that has the ball now. Goes off the right, gives it back to Hobbs. Hobbs has it on the left side. Gives it back up to Shady. Shady off the screen. They're going to call a moving screen on Nick Robertson, and that'll be his first.
I think it's his second. Yeah, second.
Is it second?
Yeah.
So that'll be the team 8th foul. So bringing the ball down will be Brown, and he lost control.
Steal.
And that is going to be giving it all. Try to give it up to Smith, and firing up a three-point shot. It is no good by Shady. Getting the rebound is going to be Ivory, but they're going to call a foul down low. Oh, no, they're going to call walking, actually.
Wow.
Call walking, so Lourdes will take over. Swinging around to Brown's going to give it up. Some more has it. Gets it down low to Kane. Kane gets it back to Perry. Perry cross court over to Desimore. Up high to Williams now. Cincinnati again in that man-to-man. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this first half.
Oh.
And trying to throw up a shot was Brown. He got it blocked. That's going to come back out to him now. 9 on the shot clock, 8 on the shot clock. Brown's going to drive all the way in. One-handed shot.
Charge.
Throws it up. Another charge again
Mr. Robertson's
by Nick Robertson. How about that?
We may have upset Nick the other day.
Yeah, we might have. So that'll be Brown. That'll be his first foul.
Great help defense right there by Nick Robertson. Never afraid to have somebody run him over.
36-19, 1:48 to go. Dan Alvarez, Tom Manassi, and Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. Swinging around now to Shady. Shady has on the left wing. Looks like it's man-to-man for Lourdes. Get it to Robinson at the elbow. Squares up to the basket.
Oh.
And there's going to be a charge on him as he lowered his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be 3 on Nick Robertson. He's going to have to sit the last minute 28.
Coming back into the ball game will be Marshall, number 21. (36-19). Lourdes taking the ball out of bounds. Get it into Dukic. Dukic has it. Or excuse me, that was Dupree.
Oh.
Since again, still putting on a lot of that pressure. Dupree has it now. He gets double teamed, kicks out of it. Gets it down into Kane. Kane up, undershot, no good. Tipped up and around. Kane gets his own shot, but it's going to be saved there by number 10, and it was Ivory. But as they were fighting for the basketball, it's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lourdes, and checking back in will be Guthrie, number 55.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting in the second half because Lourdes has got to be getting tired. You just have no downtime against Cincinnati State.
Absolutely not. Desamore has it, gives it over to Williams, gets it down in the corner. Perry gets it inside now to Guthrie, turns around, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Marshall for Cincinnati. Cincinnati quickly coming down the other side. Devontae Smith's going to go inside, lose control of the basketball, but he's going to get fouled as he was going up. 55, and that is going to be on Guthrie. That'll be, I believe, his second.
Once again, you see Devontae Smith taking the ball to the basket instead of relying on a jump shot. Chalking up another foul.
Free throw on the way. Good. All right.
I'm trying not to tell you how their free throw shooting is.
Smith hits it off the front of the rim. That's exactly why, Tommy.
That would be why.
And quickly coming down the other way. And since they still trying to put on that press, they keep backing up, Tom. They're going the wrong way.
Yeah,
there's a steal.
Unbelievable.
Devontae Smith's going to go in, and he's going to be fouled by number 14, Dupree. Tom, it could have been intentional.
Yeah, he could have. He was grabbing the back of his jersey, and neither one of the officials called that.
I believe that'll be number 1 on Dupree.
Yeah, just when you think you have an open pass, they throw that little lazy bounce pass across the court, and Cincinnati State's all over it most of the time.
It's like Devontae's doesn't have much legs there as he hits it off the front of the rim. Free throw on the way. Good. Puts it in. 38-19. Since they putting on a lot of that pressure, they get down in the corner, trap again, and get it knocked out of his hands. But coming down the other way is going to be Dupree. He's going to quickly come right down the middle. He's going to take it all the way. And another charge. Oh.
Well, that's close.
Block.
That's close.
I'm going to call it on number 15, and that'll be on Smith. That'll be his second. I think Dupree knew that he was going right to the basket. He wasn't going to hesitate at all passing the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't passing that one. Dupree still leading the way for Lourdes. He's got nine points.
Free throw off the back of the rim. Winston Gray's now checking back into the ball game. It's like number 2, Lionel Hill checking back in. Dupree, free throw, good. Puts it in. It's going to make it 38-19 with 29 seconds to go. Or excuse me, it's 38-20 with 27 seconds to go in this first half. Took Cincinnati a little bit to get going, but they have taken control of this game. Flip it back now to Grays. Grays has it. Gives it back, obviously waiting for one last shot. Look for Grays. Maybe not. They're going to fire up a shot. It is no good by Shady. A little maybe too quick on that one, Tommy.
Yeah, I agree. If you're going to hold the ball, you might as well hold it to the last shot.
And Grays has it now, and there's going to be no time left on the clock. He fires it up anyways. So our score here, 38-20. Tom, it took him a little bit to get going, but really I think it's going to be trouble for Lourdes to stay up with these guys.
Yeah, no question about it. Cincinnati State, with their depth, once again, you keep subbing like they are, and Lourdes just has no answers for it.
So Tom and I are going to take a break. Our score here at half, 38-20. We'll be back with second half action right after this. That's what's sticking out for you.
Yeah, I mean, and Cincinnati State with a nice 18-point lead, but they're only shooting 38% from the field. But only a 16-15 rebounding edge.
Wow,
which is kind of surprising with an 18-point lead. But the one thing is 18 turnovers for Lourdes and no scoring coming from anyone except Dupree. He leads the way with 10. For Cincinnati State, Thomas Jackson, 14 points, leads the way. Winston Grays follows up with 9. But the one thing I like to see, Dan, is they had no player in the first half play more than 13 minutes. And I think that's what you see out of a Cincinnati State team that's deep enough to where they can play 10 or 11 guys nonstop. And that's going to be good at the end of the year when you don't have a lot of minutes under their legs.
Absolutely. So Lourdes will be bringing the ball out of bounds to start the second half, trailing here 38-20. And it's going to be Williams. Gets it on the wing to Dupree, dribbles back out, gets it up to Kane. Kane at the free throw line. Try to get a pass inside to Duckig, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lourdes.
And you saw Kane right there. Little double pump on that pass, and that's all it takes. Cincinnati State gets a hand in there.
Absolutely. Cincinnati again is going to be in that man-to-man, doing a great job on switching. Kane gets the ball in the corner. Over to Williams. Williams gets it to Duckig. And they give it now to Dupree. Dupree's going to drive in with 3 on and throws up a shot in the air ball. No good by number 34, Duckig. And they were running out of time there, Tom. I think he hurried up his shot. Get it in the corner now to Winston Grays. Fires up a shot. Good.
There we go.
And Winston Grays hits a three-pointer. Tom, you knew it was only going to be time before he starts getting hot.
Yeah.
Dupree's going to give it up to Duckig now. And he's going to drive all the way in and puts it up and in.
First points.
And Coach Tate's not too happy with that as they drove right in and made an easy layup. 41-22, 18:50 to go here in this second half. Dan Evers, Tom Benassi, and Rhonda McMillan on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. Give it over now to Winston Grays. Grays swings it over to Ivory. Ivory drives and gets a shot blocked by Kane. Coming down the other way, Dupree. Dupree a 2-on-1. He's going to give it too late. They call it a blocking call.
That's on Grays.
But, Tom, I tell you what, he had Kane early. I think he tried to dish it a little bit too late.
Yeah, I think so, too. And like you said, it's that little hesitation that can cost you buckets against a team that plays this kind of defense.
So it's going to be in a man-to-man on the out-of-bounds play. Give it up to Desimore, to Williams. Williams going to bring it back up, set up his play. Williams again up top. It's going to go off to his right. Gives it back to Kane. Loses control of the basketball. It's going to pick it back up. Kane swings it over to Duckig. Duckig's got the ball. Gets it knocked out of his hands by Robertson. And coming down the other way is going to be Ivory. Ivory gives it over to Jackson. Jackson looking inside. He had Marshall. Didn't give him the ball. And they're going to give it into Marshall now. Marshall's going to back his way, square up to the basket. Backs his way down again. And
nice
gets it down low, and no foul called. They're going to call a jump ball, but nice pass down in low to Ivory, but they're going to call a jump ball, and possession will stay with Cincinnati. It looks like Martin's going to check back into the game. Also number 11, Hobbs.
Yeah, Duquesne was right behind him and put his hand all over the ball right there. Clean block.
Since they taking the ball out of bounds. Thomas Jackson has it on the right. It's going to drive all the way in, up, under. How did he make that? How did he make that?
I'm going to ask him because I don't even think he knows how he made that.
I mean, he just went right in there. I thought there was no possible way that he was going to make that. He kind of spun it in. So nice move by Thomas Jackson, and Cincinnati's up 43-22. Quickly coming down is Kane. He's going to lay it up and in. It gets fouled by Martin.
Foul. Yeah, that guy was wide open. Kane was wide open on that play. That was a senseless foul right there. He had no chance to get that block.
So Martin's going to come out of the ball game, and coming back in will be Brandon Murphy.
So Marsden did not play in the first half, and didn't see a whole lot of action here right now in the second after that silly foul.
And free throws put up and good by Kane. 43-25. Hobbs brings the ball off the court again. Lourdes going to be in a man-to-man. Hobbs off to his right, gets a screen from Robinson, goes off to his left. Comes back again, crosses over, spins, kicks it in the corner to Grays. Grays has it in the left corner, squaring up the basket. It's going to drive baseline and gets it over to Murphy. Murphy, baseline shot, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Grays, bringing it back out to the left. Jackson out the top of the key. Goes off to his right. He's going to drive all the way in. Up, under.
Come on.
Almost puts it up and in. And it's going to be rebounded by number 15, and that is Desamore. And to get it now to Williams. Williams has the basketball. He's going to give it up to Dupree. Dupree's going to drive in behind his back to Kane. And it really wasn't a smart job by throwing it behind his back, Tom.
No, all he had to do was a bounce pass a few steps earlier.
It's like Guthrie's going to check back in for Lourdes. So Kane will sit the bench. 43-25, 16:37 to go here in this ballgame. Hobbs going to have it to left, gets a screen, goes off to his right at the top of the key, gets another screen, he's going to drive all the way in, throws up a shot off the glass, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Murphy. He's going to put a shot, no good, and getting the rebound again is Murphy, and he's going to be fouled as he's going to the basket. Foul's going to be on 14, Dupree. That'll be his second.
Is it 14 or 15?
I thought he said 14. All right, you're right, 15. Desamore is going to have 2 fouls.
Brandon Murphy still looking for his first point.
And free throw's good.
There it is.
Tom, just speaking of the women real quick, I was looking at these stats at halftime. Cameron Vaughn is a double-double. She's averaging 14-6 and 13-8 in rebounds.
Yeah, she was coming on before they left for all their road trips. She was coming on, so I'll tell you, I am just absolutely impressed with that record. Being on the road like that for that long, I think that's impressive.
Yeah, you know, and one of the other things that I did see that we got from our man Nick Novi doing a great job is Cincinnati State sophomore Justin Mitchell was named to the National Collegiate Soccer Coaches All-American team. He led the Surge with 19 goals and 9 assists this year. That's pretty impressive.
Steal for Jackson and
Jackson's going to put it up and in. 47-25, 16-12 to go here in this ballgame. Cincinnati kind of running away from another steal. Hobbs is going to drive all the way to the basket. He's going to get fouled by Brown, I believe. Yep, foul's going to be on number 22.
Yeah, and Josh Perry for Lourdes just not being strong enough with the ball. And he turned it over, throwing it in, so they put him inside the court on that one, and he turned it over again.
Hobbs going to shoot a free throw up and good. You know, Tom, we've seen that free throw shooting for the most part has been pretty decent for Cincinnati State.
Yeah, they were 10 of 12 in the first half, so that's good to see. But, yeah, you're right. They've been pretty consistent so far this year as opposed to the up and down that we saw a couple years back.
And there's Hobbs going to make both free throws. 49-25, 16:04 to go in this ballgame.
Another turnover.
Not a good pass. And how about Nick jumping up to save the computer?
Boy, I'll tell you what, they're struggling big time right now.
And it looks like there's going to be a full timeout called by Lourdes. 49-25. Unreal.
Yeah, they're turning the ball over on the inbounds play. That's 3 in a row now. You know, and that one was just a panic situation. He was wide open. He just needed to settle down and throw it into him.
So, again, in the men's basketball polls, Cincinnati is 17. I'm trying to see if there's any. Moraine Valley is number 9. Danville's number 7. And Monroe number 2. And really, Tom, you don't see too many other ones in there. You got Kirkwood that was not rated, and really none of the other ones that we know of that are some of the schools that we typically see in there rated in the top 25.
Yeah, it's so hard early in the year. A lot of these teams go and play in tournaments, and you just don't know about the level of the competition in those tournaments. And you know, Cincinnati State is one. They'll go anywhere. He'll play anybody anywhere. He doesn't care. And they've had the luxury of playing some very good teams early in the year. And
absolutely.
Once again, you know it's going to help them when it comes down to tough times in the league, and you're battling with Columbus State or Cuyahoga or somebody like that.
So Cincinnati takes the ball out of bounds. It looks like they're going to be in a man-to-man as Lourdes. Hobbs kicks it back now to Grays. Grays gives it back now to Jackson. Kicks it back now to Hobbs. Going to pull in, pulls up at throws up a shot. It is no good. Tipped almost in by Devontae Smith, but getting the rebound is going to be Williams. Give it now to Dupree. Dupree quickly coming down the other way. Pushes off with his right hand. No call. Is going to drive in. Falls down on the ground. And it goes in between the legs of Guthrie. But Dupree really was out of control from the get-go.
Yeah, and right now they just can't get out of their own way. They're just making mistakes left and right, and they're not even getting a shot off most trips.
49-25, 15:30 to go here in this ball game. Give it over now to Graves on the left wing. Up high now to Jackson. Swings it over to Murphy. Over to Jackson now. 19 on the shot clock. Jackson's going to drive all the way and throws up a one-handed shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Nice
Murphy
rebound.
with the rebound, puts it up, and good. Nice, strong rebound by Brandon Murphy. And, Tom, what I liked is he didn't put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, that's impressive, and that's what they need out of their big men. Nice, strong play inside.
And trying to quickly come down the other way is going to be Lourdes. And you can hear Coach Tate telling him to try to hurry up and press some more. And they get it inside now to Guthrie. And somebody had a missed assignment there as Guthrie lays it up and in. Jackson's going to drive all the way down. He's going to get fouled as he's going to the basket. Foul's going to be on, I believe, what did they say, 15?
14, Dupree.
That'll be his second. Thomas Jackson will be on the line to shoot two.
Thomas Jackson now 14 in the first half and five now in the second half. So good ball game for Thomas Jackson once again.
Kane will come in and Guthrie will come out for Lourdes. Thomas Jackson's going to come out here in a few minutes when see if he misses.
Somebody must have flipped the air on again because he hit the rim twice on that one. It still went in, but the rim. Look at that.
Puts it up and in. He's going to come out of the ball game, and Marshall will check in for Cincinnati.
He's doing nothing to hurt his 95-plus percentage from the free throw line, that's for sure.
Nothing at all.
5 for 5.
Cincinnati again putting on that pressure. Coming down quickly is going to be Brown. Brown's going to dribble out, spins behind his back, gets it down in the corner. Swing it over now to Dupree. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good, and it goes off the hands, but they're going to call over the back, I believe, on Devontae Smith. I
think he touched him, but.
Yep, it's going to be on Devontae Smith over Desimore.
That'll be 3, I believe, on Devontae Smith. He's got Nick Robertson with 4 and Devontae Smith with 3.
Almost a steal there. And popping up and firing up a shot was no good by Brown.
Grab it.
And the ball is on the ground, and they're fighting for it, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds as Lourdes, and it was Kane diving out of bounds, and it's going to go to Cincinnati. 53-27, 14-14 to go here in this ball game. Hobbs quickly coming down court.
No.
Oh, throws a bad pass. Try to throw it over to Graves, and Dupree's going to steal it. Give it up to Desimore now. Desimore, nice pass inside to Kane. Now he misses the layup, gets his own rebound, and he's going to throw up a shot, air ball, no good. So not a good possession there by Kane.
Just killed a great pass by Jeremy Williams right there. Easy layup for Kane, and he missed it.
Checking back into the ball game will be Dukic. Also checking in for Cincinnati will be number 2, Lionel Hill. So Lourdes taking the ball out of bounds. Get it to Desimore. And they get it into Brown. Brown's going to drive, kick it down low, and nice job.
Anybody touch him?
By Dukic. The foul's going to be on 21 Marshall.
Boy, I'd love to see a replay on that.
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody did touch him.
I don't think anybody touched him.
So on the line will be Dukic, number 34. Free throw on the way, good. So he completes a three-point play, 53-30, 13:44 to go in this ball game. Winston Graves now bringing the ball up the court. Takes it, gives it up now to Hobbs on the right side. Hobbs going to go in, and not a very good job by Hobbs going in. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go back to Lourdes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but he dribbled right straight into the defender and got tied up.
They're trying to take a book out of Thomas Jackson, but I don't think you can do like he can. Lourdes taking the ball out of bounds. Get it into Dupree. Dupree gets trapped down in the corner, gets out of it, and they're going to call what are they going to call here?
What are they calling?
What are they calling?
What are they calling? I have no idea what they just called.
What is it?
I have absolutely no idea what it was called, but it's 31 seconds on the shot clock, so they didn't reset the shot clock.
They didn't call a foul, did they?
No. No idea.
Neither do I. And Dupree's going to quickly get it, gets it down low, gets it back, and throws the shot, got it blocked, and put up and in by number 15, and Decimore puts it up and in. And there's going to be a charge on Thomas Jackson. And it was a good job by Dupree. As Thomas Jackson was going for the ball, he mowed down Dupree, and that'll be a foul on him. Going to have a timeout called here by Lourdes. 53-32, 13-16 to go in this ball game.
Well, Cincinnati State with a nice 21-point lead, and Lourdes, it's either an open layup or struggle to get it over half court right now for them. There's not a whole lot of in-between for them, and unfortunately the turnovers keep mounting, and Cincinnati State is just piling on slowly.
Again, Cincinnati State and the men and women both are going to Wayne County to play on the 22nd, and the women will be preceding the men's game. Earlier in the year, the women defeated Wayne County 92-61 at Cincinnati State. And then our next game will be January the 8th. Quickly inbound the ball to Decimore. Decimore going to bring it back out. And there's going to be a moving screen, I believe, on number 3, Williams. And that'll be his second foul.
It's the call of the day, I think.
Have you noticed they're calling a little bit more fouls in their second half, or am I just...
That's every game, Dan. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they think they need to change.
Maybe they're watching some video or something. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. You try to flip it, was Marshall. Try to flip it to Jackson, and it's going to go out of bounds. And I think that's what's frustrating for Coach. You can see it on his face, and he gets frustrated when they make silly mistakes like that. And Dupree drives all the way to the basket, and they call a late foul. What?
Charge.
Are you kidding me? I thought foul was going to be on Marshall.
Is
they going to call a foul? Is that on Dupree?
Yeah, it's on Dupree, and I'll tell you what, that is a terrible call right there because Marshall never set his feet. He was moving backwards the whole time.
So Cincinnati will have the ball now. Shady has it on the wing. Gets it in down low to Smith. He loses control of the basketball. And Marshall has it at the top of the key. Throws a very lazy pass. And it gets knocked out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got to get their edge back because we've seen some sloppy play here the last 4 or 5 trips.
Cincinnati taking the ball out of bounds and almost throws another bad pass.
There's another one. That's off track. Yep, that's off. That's a good call right there. But once again, Dan, that lazy little bounce pass out there. And here he goes, 5 guys. Coach he agrees.
5 new guys come into the ball game and 5 guys come out. So coming in now will be Grays, Hobbs, Ivory, Matson, and also number 32, and that is Brandon Murphy. Kansas City being a man-to-man. See how these guys respond, Tom.
Yeah, Marsden and Murphy have to step up in the middle. There you go. Good defense.
And Murphy comes down. They give it to Ivory. Ivory's going to give it up now to Hobbs. Hobbs going to drive all the way and gets fouled from behind, and they're going to call a foul.
That's going to be on Williams, I believe.
Foul's on Williams. That'll be his 3rd. You get 3 for him?
Yeah.
So on the line will be O'Brien Hobbs.
Hobbs is 0 for 5 from the field, but he's hit his 2 free throws so far.
And you just jinxed him. There you go. Josh Perry checking in the ball game for Lourdes. Free throw on the way. Good.
There you go.
54-32 is our score here at Surge Arena here, and they get it into Dupree. Dupree's going to quickly come down. Did he walk? And they get it to Perry, and he's going to go up for a shot. He's going to get fouled. Thought Dupree might have walked. The foul's going to be on number 10, and that's going to be Ivory. That'll be his first. So Perry will be in the line to shoot 2 shots for Lourdes.
Yeah, right now, every time Dupree gets the ball, he's just taking it to the basket, whether he has any kind of an advantage or not. Hoping to either draw a foul or find an open guy.
Free throw's no good.
Unfortunately, those open guys aren't coming through for him on the other end.
Perry ready for a second free throw. Free throw's up, good. So Cincinnati up with 54-33, going under 12 minutes to go here in this ball game. Coach Tate did not like what he saw with that group that was in here earlier. Took them all out. All these 5 guys are new guys in the ball game. Martin flips it back now to Hobbs. Hobbs has it at the top key, swings it over to Grace. He's going to fire a three-pointer from the corner.
Got
it goes in. Wow.
Nice shooters bounce right there for Winston Grays.
Looks like he's got a little bit of that Kenny Hayes falling after he shoots the ball, too.
15 now for Winston Grays.
And quickly they're going to break it. Dupree's going to come all the way down, gets it into Perry. Perry drives inside the lane, throws up a shot, got hammered, no call.
Yeah, I thought he got hammered too.
Martin outlets it to Hobbs, back to Ivory for a three-point shot. It is no good.
Come on.
Rebounded by Murphy. Murphy gets it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay here with Cincinnati. But I'm sure Coach Tate likes that, loves that effort. Cincinnati taking the ball out of bounds. They get it into Grays. Grays heads down in the corner, gets it inside to Brandon Murphy, squares it to the basket, and kicks it out now to Hobbs. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. O'Brien Hobbs hits one from the right side, and Cincinnati now up 60-33. Get the ball into Perry now. Perry gets it to Brown. Brown's going to drive all the way and throws it up. No good, and rebounded by Martin. Martin's going to outlet it now to Gray. Gray quickly throws it down. Not a good look at all. Try to get it to Brandon Murphy. Well, quickly coming down the other way now is going to be Lourdes. That'll be Brown with the basketball.
Nowhere to go. He walked, yeah.
And he did walk with the basketball.
Nowhere to go right there for James Brown. And that's his 5th turnover of the game right there. Yeah, that's one place you don't want to get trapped against Cincinnati State. Your options are very limited.
Cincinnati taking the ball up now, man-to-man for Lourdes. Lourdes all in the all-black, Cincinnati in the all-white. Ivory has it on the wing. Gets it to Murphy. Try to get it down low to Martin, and there's going to be a hold call, I believe, on Dupree. Trying to do that high-low game with Martin and Murphy. That was on 15, and that's going to be Desimore.
Krishan Marsden looking for his first point of the game. Stepping to the line.
So Martin on the line. Free throw on the way. Good. Left-handed shot ain't good by Martin.
So 18 for, I believe, 21 in the ball game from the line for the Surge.
Free throw's no good, and he tries to follow it up. Good job.
Good hustle right there by Krishan Marsden. How he got in there without having a foul called is kind of surprising.
Yeah, he definitely was over the back. They didn't call it, but possession error, I guess, goes to Cincinnati. It's a good job by Marsden to keep the ball alive for the Surge. And they get it down in the corner to Grays. Grays gets it into Murphy. Murphy shot no good. Marsden fighting for it, but couldn't get it. And coming out quickly now is going to be Dupree. He's going to take it all the way to the basket, throws up a shot, no good. Oh!
Hello.
And jamming it home was Dukic.
Where'd that come from?
Wow, right down the middle, and he jams it home. Grays now has it on line, comes off a screen, is going to drive all the way into the basket, lays it off high off the glass, up and in.
Tough.
Good job by Winston Grays. And he's going to tip it, almost steals it. Good job by Winston Grays.
And Winston Grays, like we saw the last time, Starts out a little slow. He was 1 for his first 5, and he's hit 5 in a row now, 4 of them from three-point land.
So checking out of the ballgame will be Jamel Ivory. Coming in will be Thomas Jackson. This would be a nice lineup to have right here, Tom, as your everyday lineup. Grays almost gets the steal, and Williams going to bring the ball up the court. Williams just crosses the timeline, going off to his right, gets down in the corner. To Duca, get a nice slam. He's going to drive into the basket, gets it down low. Nice pass inside to Desimore. Tell you what, I think that slam might have fired him up just a little bit.
Yeah, that's the best offensive possession they've had.
And Thomas Jackson now has it at the top of the key. Going in between his legs, spins, and there's going to be a hold call on Dupree, and that'll be his 4th foul.
Yeah, he's got to be tired. Trying to keep up with the Cincinnati State guards, as they bring in 3 or 4 guys for him. He's held his own fairly well. Still leading scorer for Lourdes. 10 points.
So Jackson puts his first free throw. It looks like Guthrie's going to check back into the ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got enough. It's like Brandon Murphy's going to come out. Martin stays into the ball game. Devontae Smith comes in too as well. Jackson's first free throw. Second free throw actually is good. 65-37, 9:17 to go. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rondell McMillan here at Surge Arena. Swing it over now to Dupree, back to Williams, over to Perry. Perry back to Williams at the top of the key, Cincinnati in a 2-3 zone. Williams gets it down low into Guthrie. Guthrie spins, throws up a shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nick Robertson. Outlets it to Jackson. Jackson quickly gives it up now to Smith. He's going to drive all the way into the basket, throws up a shot, and it's going to be a blocking call on Lourdes. And that'll be on Dupree. That'll be his 5th foul. He's out of the ball game.
You got to know. You got to know when to try that. I mean, he can't. He's surprised that he has 5 fouls. I'm not.
So he's out of the ball game, and James Brown will check back in.
Yeah, he's kind of shocked, or acting like he's shocked at least. But he'll leave with 10. Still the leading scorer.
And free throws put up and good by Devontae Smith. Getting ready to check back into the ball game will be Lionel Hill.
Once again, he just keeps entering for the Surge.
Smith's second free throws off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Perry. Gives it up now to Williams. Williams has the basketball. Quickly gives it over to Brown. Back to Williams, to Perry. Brown has it at the top of the key in between his legs. Swings it over to Williams in the corner. 3-point shot in and out, no good. And Perry tipping it around, but it's going to be Marson with the rebound. Outlets it to Hill. Hill gives it down in the corner to Smith. Smith's going to drive all the way in the key. Throws up a shot, got it rejected by Brown. And running it down was Marson. Jackson now has it at the top of the key. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot off the front of the rim, no good. And Marson fighting for the rebound, but coming down with it is going to be Brown, number 22. Williams now has it, gives it over to Brown. Brown at the top of the key. Cincinnati again is going to be in a, in a 1-2-2? Or a 2-3?
2-3, it looks
2-3.
like.
Perry has it in the corner, gets it now down to Guthrie. Guthrie, what, is that either a block, a charge, something?
Usually the player loses it out of bounds like that, you're going to call something.
And they still got the ball. Get down in the corner to Guthrie. Perry now. As Perry gives it back now to Williams. Williams fakes a 3. Tried to get it inside. I think he was trying to give it to Guthrie. And the ball's going to go off since they stayed out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lourdes. 66-37, 7:48 to go in this ball game. Williams has it. Swings it over now to Brown. Brown got 2 on a shot clock. They don't know it, Tom. That's going to be a shot clock violation. See the coach down there just shaking his head.
Oh, I mean, I'm surprised. I didn't hear anybody yelling at him.
Well, I was just getting ready to say the coach should have said something.
I mean, one of them. So, I mean, obviously none of the guys on the bench were paying attention either. So
Jackson's going to swing it over now to Smith. Smith gets it up high to Robertson. Robertson gets it on the wing to Thomas Jackson. Jackson, I think he can take Perry. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
He's got a dribble in between his legs, going to go off of a screen from Martin, and there's going to be a foul on number 15. Pretty good act job there by Thomas Jackson.
And you know what? This is a perfect example of how you could speed up a game. Just take the ball out of bounds, give us 2 points.
Absolutely. So Thomas Jackson will be on the line.
Foul number 4 on Decimore.
Jackson on the line for 2. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good.
Kidding me, Thomas.
Kane coming back into the ball game.
Start talking a little smack about the free throw shooting, and look what happens.
Jackson, next free throw, good. Puts it in. There's going to be a timeout called by Cincinnati. They're up by 30 at 67-37. And just, Tom, it just, as we've seen all year long, Cincinnati just in that second half, these teams just can't stay with them because they wear them out.
Yeah, I agree. And, I'll say it again. You're getting to the line. Not only are you getting to the line 27 times, but you've made 22. And, I mean, coach can't ask for a whole lot more than that. I mean, that allows the team not to get back into the game when you can step up there and drain those free throws every time.
So Cincinnati trying to continue their winning streak here. This could be pushing into 7. And they will head to Wayne County on December 22nd. The men and the women both will be playing there. Pretty exciting times here, man. Both teams doing very, very well.
No question. I mean, definitely looking forward to seeing the lady surge again. Obviously improving with each game.
And there's a good steal by Ivory. Giving it up now to Thomas Jackson. Jackson swings it over now. They're going to call I think on Robertson, I believe.
And he may be done if it's on Robertson. Or what did they call? No foul?
I don't know what they called. Obviously went on Robertson because they're not saying a foul. Maybe 3 seconds. And they throw a pass. They get it all the way to Guthrie. If you can believe that. He's going to take it to the basket. Try to get it down low to Kane.
Wow.
And then they're going to give it back up now to Dukic. Swing it around now to Perry. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot from the corner. It is no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Shady. Shady's going to give it up to Robinson. He's going to give it down low to Smith. Smith shot no good. He got hammered. And they didn't call anything. So Perry now quickly. He's going to give it up now to Dukic. Dukic's going to spin.
Charge.
And there's going to be a charge. Nick Robinson again. How about
number
that?
Number 3.
He's got to lead. He's got to have a school record for charges.
That's awesome. And he's playing with 4, too, so he could have very easily been yanked out of that game right there. And you got to love that. 3 charges on the day.
Nick wanted me to say something good about him again, and here we go, Nick. You're doing a great job on those charges. Look at that. Thomas Jackson all the way lays it up and in.
Unbelievable.
Cannot stop him.
Man, is he quick.
He saw an opening, Tom, and he took it.
And the thing is he gets up there around the rim closer than what you think.
Yeah.
When he goes in there strong like that, I mean, his hand's up there by the rim. It's not like he's going to guys.
So Thomas Jackson will be on the line to complete a 3-point play. Free throw, good. He puts it in. He'll come out of the game. I told him I wanted 30 out of him tonight. He said he needed one of those.
He's got, 24 right now.
There you go.
Thomas Jackson.
Perry now going to come right down the middle. He's going to give it up now to Guthrie. Guthrie swings it back now to Williams. Williams at the top of the key. Cincinnati a 2-3. Perry has it on the wing. Back over to Williams. Swings it over to Dukic. Back up to Williams at the top of the key. Going to dribble off to his right. 17 on the shot clock. Get it down
pass.
low into Kane. Shot is no good. Guthrie tried to tip it in, and Smith's going to get the rebound, but they're going to call a foul on, I believe, number 40. Yep, 40, and that's going to be on Kane. That'll be his 3rd. We're going to go down the other end and shoot some free throws.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, when Lourdes does have a good pass, they can't finish.
Yeah.
I mean, the big men can't finish on the inside, and it's killing them.
So on the line will be Devontae Smith, shooting 2 shots. Free throw on the way, good. Good night tonight so far for the Surge on the free throw line. Devontae Smith ready for his second free throw. Free throw on the way,
nice.
Good.
All right.
So he puts it in. It's going to be 72-37, and we're getting ready to go under 6 minutes to go. Not a very good pass.
That is a terrible pass.
And Devontae Smith's going to give it up now to Shady. Oh. Shady gives it to Robinson. Robinson up on her. He got fouled. No call. And running it down in the corner is going to be Williams for Lourdes. They've got numbers. Perry's going to take it all the way to the basket. He's going to lay it up and in. Just didn't have the numbers back, Tom. They were all hustling after the ball. Shady had it out of his hands, but there's Hill. That's going to be having the ball now on the left.
Well, burst of energy here out of Williams.
Absolutely. Get it down in the corner now to Shady. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. Shady hits one from the left wing, and it's going to make it 78-39. You just don't know who can do it, Tom.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I mean. They've got so many interchangeable parts that Nick almost picked up 5.
I thought he was going to get another one there. 34 driving in was Duca. He couldn't make it. Hobbs going to give it up now to Shady. Shady's going to go up, under, throws it high off the glass, up and in.
Nice shot.
Good job by Shady and a great pass by Hobbs. Quickly coming down the other way is going to be Dukic. Dukic's going to come all the way down.
Charge.
Throws up a shot and
what?
Oh, they're going to call a block on that.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. The only thing I could say is that he moved in after he had left the floor, but I don't know.
Yeah, Nick Robinson not too happy with that one. So he's done. He's got 5 fouls. He's out of the game. Winston Graves will come back in.
For Robertson, he leaves the game with 4 points. 3 charges taken, though, and it should have been a 4th.
So on the line will be number 34, Ronald Dukic. First free throw on the way. Good.
Right now, you're still looking at Jake Dupree. He's been out of the game for almost 4 minutes. He's still the leading scorer with 10 points.
That's unbelievable. Dukic makes his second one. 77-41, 4:57 to go here in this ballgame. And Shady will bring in the ball up for Cincinnati. Cincinnati again, and they're all white. Dribbles in between 2 defenders, spins out of it, gives it up now to Hill's going to drive all the way in, spin back out now. Bring it back out now to Thomas Jackson. I want him to get his 30. Jackson at the top of the key. Spins it over now to Grays. Grays has it. Grays going to shake, drive all the way in,
charge.
out of control, and it is a charge.
Yeah.
So probably not a good idea by Winston Grays. And Kane's the one that picks up the charge. Grays will probably come out of the game, Tom.
Yeah, I think so. He knew it, too.
Cincinnati putting on some man press. 77-41, 4:32 to go. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Rhonda McMillan here on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. I think Williams, like you said, did get a burst of energy in him or something, Tom.
Yeah. It was almost like he was non-existent there. Oh,
he got fouled big time by Jamal Ivory. That'll be his second. So Williams will be on the line. Free throw, good. Puts it in. Williams ready for a second free throw. Puts it up and in. 77-43. Thomas Jackson getting double teamed, but that should not be a problem for him. And it actually is. Gives it up now to Ivory. He's going to give it up. Down low, nice pass into Smith. Shot is no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Kane. And Perry has the basketball, gives it up to Williams. Get ready to go under 4 minutes here to go in this ball. Man, since early in the second half. Get it into got a one-handed slam, but it's going to be a block on. Was that Guthrie that got the foul?
No, I think it was the other one, Kane, I think. Wasn't there Kane in there?
Well, Kane, that'll be his fifth.
Yeah.
And they're running out of players, Tommy.
And Kane's going to leave the game with 8 points. So
Devontae Smith will be on the line, shooting 2.
Devontae with, what he got, 7 points for Devontae, kind of low. He's averaging, I believe, 13.4, I believe.
Well, he makes the first free throw. Devontae Smith, last 6 games, has been averaging 16 points a game. Off the front of the rim, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Duking. Quickly coming down the court, and it's going to be Guthrie now. Has it on the right side. Guthrie throws a bad pass to Perry across
wide
court.
Open. Wide open.
So it says Devontae Smith shooting 566 from the floor among players with 4 field goals or more in a game. So that's pretty impressive.
He's 1 of 5 today. So that's not going to help that number.
No, it will not. According to my Sasha Agarwal math. Got to throw her in one broadcast a game. And Shady's going to drive in. One-handed shot off the front of the rim. No good. Devontae Smith with the rebound saves it and gives it to Thomas Jackson. Going to drive all the way in. Up, under. Oh, my goodness. Hung in the air, puts it up and in. How does he do it?
I don't know. That is just impressive.
Wow. Foul's going to be on number 34, Dukic. That's going to be his second. Thomas Jackson will be on the line.
26 points for number 3 today. After we told you in pregame that he's passing the ball more and not trying to score as much. And
free throw on the way. Good. So he completes a 3-point play. He'll come out of the game with 27 points.
Yeah, and the thing is with him, he can score 30 each game if he wants to.
And that's a good thing to have in your hip pocket. You know that?
Yeah.
So you know that if things are going bad, you can all pull Thomas Jackson and let him go. Nice steal by Lionel Hill. Coming quickly down the other way. No look pass. Nice pass inside to number 10, and that's Jamal Ivory. So good job by Hill and Ivory. And Duke coming down. He double dribbled, Tommy.
Yeah, good job right here by Cincinnati State. Lionel Hill, good D, good pass. And now you got Marsden tying. They call it a foul?
No, they call it jump ball, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, jump ball possession is going to stay here with Lourdes. So Lourdes taking the ball out of bounds. They get it to Desimore. And Dukic has it, gets it out now to Williams. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. Good.
Hot hit.
Williams hits a 3-pointer from the wing, and that's going to cut it to a 40-point game, 83-43.
That's only 5 for Williams, so he's been very, very quiet.
He's going to get double teamed. They give it to Ivory. Ivory's going to give it back now to Shady. They swing it in the corner.
So he threw
Tate touched it. Yeah, Tate almost caught that ball.
Trying to see if Coach could still play.
Quickly coming down the other way now for Lourdes. They swing it in the corner to Perry. Perry cross court over now to Brown. To Williams, top of the key, 3-point shot on the way. Air ball this time. That wasn't too good on that one.
No.
83-46, 2:20 to go here in this ball game.
And Cincinnati State, Jake Dupree had 10 in the first half, did not score in the second half, and he's still the leading scorer.
That's unbelievable. Dukic coming out of the ball game. I think Coach was just taking him out because he didn't like how he was acting there towards the end. And get it into Ivory, gets it knocked out of his hands. Foul's going to be on number 2, and that'll be Ivory.
Mr. Guthrie goes to the line, 4 points.
Free throw on the way. Good. Puts it in. Nice shot for the big guy.
Who we got practicing down here? Is this is it Walnut Hills or is it Western Hills?
Western Hills, maybe. Free throw in and out, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Devontae Smith. Coming down the other way now, Cincinnati, it's going to be Ivory. Ivory has it, being guarded by Perry. Ivory just waiting to set up some kind of an offense, waiting for someone to pop out. It's going to be Shady on the right side. Shady looking inside. He gets the ball inside of Devontae Smith, squares up to the basket, kicks it out now Swing it back over to Shady on the right side. 12 on the shot clock, 10 on the shot clock. Shady's going to drive, brings it back out. Now he's going to cross over, take it baseline, and he had Ivory cutting to the basket, but it's going to be stolen by Williams coming down the other way. Flips it back now to Perry, but it's going to be stolen by Shady.
Good hustle.
Shady coming down the other way. Gives it up. And tried to save it. So that's one bad thing I guess you could say he did, Tom. He hustled really hard, got the ball back, but then throws the ball out of bounds. 1:36 to go here in this ballgame. Cincinnati up 83-47. Not a very good pass by Perry. I'm telling you what, Tom, not in sync at all today for Lourdes.
No, and like I said, they had nobody that could put the ball in the basket. I mean, Dupree did it, but 10 points. It's not like he was lighting it up.
So coming down will be Lionel Hill. Swing it over now to Ivory. Ivory has it on the wing. Up high now. Cutting to the basket. Wasn't probably a good idea.
They're forcing too many passes right now that don't need to be made.
Shady tried to pass it into Ivory. Wasn't a good idea. Brown's going to drive into the basket, throws up a shot. He might have had it blocked and getting the rebound. And they got numbers. Going to give it up now to Ivory driving into the basket, up and in. Or Lionel Hill, excuse me. Good pass from Ivory into Hill. Puts it up and in. And it's 85-47. We're under a minute to go. All academic from here. Brown has it for Lourdes. Try to get it to Williams. Williams has it. Gets it to Desamore. Desamore has it. Loses control of the basketball. Going to give it up to Ivory.
Oh, good.
Flips it back to Lionel Hill.
Give it to him.
Hill has it on the wing. All they got to do is dribble it really out, Tom, and that's pretty much the ball game. Shady's going to take it all the way in. Left-handed layup. Shot no good. Tipped up by Martin. It wasn't good. And Williams going to come down with a rebound. We're at 19 seconds to go. Cincinnati up 85-47. Williams has the basketball. Watch for him to shoot a three maybe. Comes back. Got Perry on the opposite side. He's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Shady. And that's going to be it, Tom. That's the end of the ball game. Cincinnati, in very impressive fashion, wins 85-47.
Yeah, no question about it. Thomas Jackson lighting it up for 27. Winston Gray's the team's leading scorer coming in. Follows up with 17. And pretty much even after that. And I think defense was the story tonight. Cincinnati State played great defense. They played hard the whole game. And I think that's all coach is looking for right now.
Absolutely. So Cincinnati wins here big 85-47. And they will go on the 22nd to take on Wayne County and the men and women. And then we will be back here again on January 8th. So, Tom, very good game for them, 85-47. And we'll just see what happens here after the break.
Yeah, hopefully they come back with only 2 losses. And the women also playing outstanding basketball from what we see. And hopefully they can come back with just the 1 loss. I know they have a few tough games coming up, I believe, in Illinois. So if they can keep playing the way they're playing, it's going to be a fun year.
Absolutely. So they extend their record to 10-2. The women are 9-1. And Tom and I obviously will be back here on January 8th. So for Dan Alberts, Tom Manassi, and Rhonda McMillan, you've been listening to Cincinnati State Basketball on Anderson Community Television and USPN Sports. Good night, everybody.